This video is sponsored by Christoph Ray. For excellent low poly horror games, check the link in the description below for some of his works. What's up, y'all? Boogie Knight here, and welcome back to the Dark Souls Lorethrough. Hope everyone's enjoying this as much as I am, and thank you so much to everybody for your feedback and comments. I really do appreciate them. You're probably noticing that we're at Firelink when in our last episode we ended up by Andre in the Undead Parish. I was going to go to Darkroot Garden, and in some cases we actually are going to go to Darkroot, but in preparation for the DLC that we'll be tackling in, not immediately, but to shed some light on it, we're going to go to the Darkroot Basin, and the best way to get there is through where we fought Havel. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, but notice this character sitting here at the far end of the aqueduct. That's Dom Hall of Xena, as we met him in the depths. Now, the only way to get there is to jump across this. Now, I'm not going to do that because my jump mechanic is absolutely garbage. So, later on, I will definitely take a look into that. So I've already killed the Hollow over here, and I'm going to make my way back over to the Undead Burg. And speaking of the depths, I was thinking about doing some humanity farming, because I only have 4 or 5, but we'll figure that out later on. I might do some humanity farming because I do want to start building up my allegiance to the Servants of Chaos Covenant, because there is a way, and I don't want to get too much into it, that alters the storyline of Slayer. And once again, veteran Dark Souls players know exactly what I'm talking about, but I don't really want to talk about it too much to those that are kind of going in free and clear and really want to focus on the storyline. So let's just say it involves Slayer, but the only way to alter it is by increasing your allegiance to the Covenant. Once again, also, I do want to be able to speak to the Fair Lady, but that also hinges upon improving my status with the Covenant. So, all these little things that we have to deal with, but we'll get there. But the only real options right now are explore a little bit of Darkroot, because there is a ring in Darkroot. I'm not 100% sure where, but it's there. Oh, you jerk. And I also want to be able to, while I'm here, I never did fight the Black Knight. That was right before, what's it called? That was right before the Taurus Demon. I do want to save here, because we're going to go ahead and go up here. Actually, no, we're not. Because that'll take us back to the bridge, and if y'all know about how the Drake is a pain in the butt. We never did kill the Hellkite Drake, but anyway. I want to be able to do that. I mean, if the bonfire at Firelink, as we, was still lit, then if it was still lit, then I wouldn't just be running around here. But don't forget, after we got back from ringing the second bell of awakening, well, Lautrec decided to gank Anastasia. Or Anastasia. Never knew how to figure that out. Whatever. Neither here nor there. Anyways, come here. Get wrecked. You know, it's bittersweet being back in the Burg. But then now that we have all these items, we really do have the opportunity to get to kind of farm souls off of, Framped. Because that'll also lighten our load. It doesn't change our loadout at all, but... Oh, 2 for 1, kids. What up? I need to work a little bit more on the riposte, because that's... Wow. Because Mordegues really did suggest that was the best way to... Ooh, we got some Tynate. Nice. To deal with the Spear Hollow. I need to get better at that. Anyways, So, remember when I fought Havel? Probably not, because that was a couple of lifetimes ago, it feels like. There was that door behind him that I said we'll take a look at, which leads to Darkroot. That will take us to Darkroot Basin, which is Darkroot Garden adjacent. And we're there for a big piece of lore and a little bit more about one of the other lords that we will be dealing with that you remember from the beginning. But I'll get to that in just a moment once we get down there. There's a mini-boss here. Our primary goal is to take care of the mini-boss here. I'll probably get my butt handed to me on a couple times. But here we are at Darkroot. Notice how peaceful it is. I think that's the parish. I think that's the Chapel of the Undead Parish. Yeah, because that's the bridge. There's the Berg. And there's the bridge that we ran across to go to the parish, because there's the Undead Chapel. So, there's a lot to be said about Darkroot. Now, someone's gone outside. Darkroot Garden and Darkroot Basin was once a land known as Ulasil. Ulasil was a thriving community, I guess you could say, full of life, but then something happened. Something bad. And I will be talking about that when we get to the DLC. But I want you to think a little bit about... Okay. Wow, y'all packed the wall, boy. Okay. Now... Okay, so... We've talked a little bit about Darkroot now. Now I want to talk about these crystal golems, or golems, or whatever it's known as. I've heard both. I know E&B calls them golems, but... Good Lord Almighty. Whoa! And that's the third thing we'll be dealing with momentarily. Actually kind of did us a bit of a solid. There we go. Fair amount. Oh, 200 souls. Now, crystals are a favorite form of Seath the Scaleless, one of the four lords, and the one who betrayed the everlasting dragons during the Age of Fire. So his specialty is crystal, and we'll get more into that when we get to the Duke's Archives after Anne Orlando. You know what? Don't really want to deal with y'all right now, because I want to go take care of this hulking beast. The Hydra. It definitely looks worse than it actually is from what I've heard. Whoop. Let's just go ahead and try and get clear for a second. That's what I was looking for. Hydra did a little bit of crowd killing. Okay, so now that we're in the water, I think we'll have the ability to kite each head out one at a time. Or not. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god, this is insane. Okay, I deserve that. I don't know if there's a bonfire at Darkroot Basin. It might be just at Darkroot Garden. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna... Oh, we didn't take out the Black Knight yet. That was another thing I wanted to do while I was here. Oh well. Yeah, I wanted to take out the Black Knight while I was thinking about it too. Lord, you pack a wallop. Just work on my speed run. Two for one. But yeah, Hydra looks worse than it actually is. Oh, sodding hell. Focus. So yeah, so I don't know. I kind of mean Ulasil. It's part of the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, so I can't really go too much into it. But the one thing I do want to touch upon is, come on, boy. The one thing I do want to focus on is tying back to our old concept of what Solaire said, and that's about traveling through dimensions and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I don't want to use an Estus, but we got to go down here and take out this dude really quickly, because there's something down here, I don't know what. Possible. Come on, go in the circle. Sleep well. Got a Titanite chunk. Definitely put that to good use. I believe this is a ring we can possibly utilize. Blue Tearstone ring. Apparently I was right. Yeah, let's go take a look really quickly. Uncanny ability to sense imminent death. The blue tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. Well, we'll probably put that on later on, but as of right now, we need the ring. We need Havel's ring. What is all this? Never mind. That's imminent death. We need Havel's ring so we're not fat rolling, particularly since we've upgraded our armor. And then we also need the rusted iron ring to navigate the waters, otherwise it would be extremely slow. And also, going back to the thing about the Black Knights as a quick side note, remember, the Black Knights were sacrificed with Gwyn in the kiln of the first flame during the first linking of the fire. Hence, that's why their golden armor is now charred black. Is from being burnt alive by the kiln of the first flame. But, yeah, okay, so Ulasil, Proud Realm, now Darkroot, and why the presence of the crystal golems? Why are these things combined? What does Seath have to do with this? I want you all to think about it just a little bit, and if you... Without giving away spoilers, if you want to share your insight, I'd love to hear what you think. Whoop. And there go all our souls. So, welcome back to Dark Souls. You know, we might try the bridge. We'll lose an Estus. Maybe. Possibly. But this is probably the quickest way to get back to fighting Apple. Okay, that was foolish of me too. Oh, wrong way. I'll take it. Works for me. Let's see if Solaire's here, actually, really quickly. You still here? Let's see if there's any triggers.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind. The sun is a... If only I could be...
Okay, yeah. Now, okay, so, anyways, and once again, the Hydra, while it's only a mini-boss, we have to defeat it in order to progress with the DLC. And I'd like to do both DLCs, i.e., Painted World of Ariamis and Artorias the DLC, but Artorias is a definite. Some of that is my the lore that I find the most fascinating. And also in Darkroot Garden, not just the basin, but the garden itself, which we unlocked in the Undead Parish, courtesy of Artorias, Andre. That's another key piece to Artorias. Not the DLC, but the main campaign involving Artorias, but there's a significant amount of lore, so everything is linked, no pun intended, to Darkroot and Ulasil. Ulasil is a massive part of Lorethrough. And in some cases, I don't think Dark Souls would be where it is, to some degree, if it wasn't for what happened in Ulasil. And plus, I'm just trying to do a little bit of working on my tactics, because from what Harkov has told me... Wow. You jackass. From what Harkov has told me... Sen's Fortress, or as it's often known about on some of the circuits of Dark Souls as the Spank Tank, it can get to be pretty vicious. Now, obviously the Hydra's blasts can take out the golems, and I don't know if the golems can go in the water. But the trick is, I want to be able to... Whoop. Well, I think I might have to take out the golems. It's a waste of time. Okay, so across the bridge we go. I guess we just have to take out the golems one by one before I can take out the Hydra. The Hydra's pretty nasty from what you can tell, being the fact I've already died 3 times. But once you start taking out the heads, like any Hydra, then... Okay. Damn it to hell. See, I don't understand the capacity of the flames. I mean, it always just seems to be hit or miss, no pun intended. Okay, so we focus on kiting out the golems, and then we move on to the Hydra. I don't think there's any summons, well, of NPCs. I could be wrong. But I do find this fascinating about the Crystal Golems having a presence in Darkroot so far away from the Duke's archives. And we're going to talk more about Seath and the Duke's archives and whatnot, but for the basic premise is when Seath the Scaleless, which was an albino dragon, by the way, different from its mates in the everlasting dragons. and he betrayed them and told Gwyn the secret. After Gwyn and his knights assembled, Seath was given he was given a dukedom, and in turn given a set of an archives that he could conduct research. To what extent remains to be seen, that we'll have access to the Duke's archives later on. And then, in turn, what impact did Seath have in Woolasil? Well, it's subject to discussion among Dark Souls players about what exactly Seath did and whether it gave rise to the events that transpired. That's a tree. Trying to get a way to make sure that I can only kite one of these out at a time without falling off yonder cliffside. Don't get greedy. There we go. 1 for 1. They're just bulky. They're not terribly tough. It's just, there's another 2 down there. We've got 1 up here. And then plus the Hydra. Come on. Come on, tall, dark, and ugly. Daddy's gonna kick your ass with a belt. Sorry, I'm not feeling terribly well. Oh, come on now. It's late. Oh, crap, I kited one of his buddies, too. Oh, come on now. I don't want... Alright, fine, let's do this. There we go. You get... I kind of wish there was a bonfire here, but there might be somewhere nearby. That's nice. I know, I think the only bonfire is in Darkroot Garden proper, not the basin. Okay. There we go. I mean, I suppose we could take a quick squint around here to see if there's anything we can see. Usually bonfires are... I believe there's a way to connect the garden to the basin. I don't know where, though. There's also access through the Valley of the Drakes. Okay, so we're kind of hidden there. Let's just do a quick exploration. Provided we don't drop off the cliff, and see if we see anything possible. The bonfire would be nice. So I don't think... We're not going to get back those 10,000 souls we lost. Bonfire ahead. Well, there you go. Where, though? Now, here's something else I do want to kind of... I did it. What did you do? You're on the bonfire? That'd be nice. Oh! We have a Black Knight. That ain't good. He's a quicken, too. Okay, let's just get a quick blast out of him, then we'll heal. And take another hit. That's cool, too. Quick one, too. This is like the ones we ran into the Undead Asylum. Gotta go for a backstab. That's the only safe bet. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Don't you dare. Let's see if we can go for another backstab. That'd be kind of good. Oh. Black Knight Halberd and a Blue Titanite chunk. I'll be shucked and boiled. Yeah, I'll be leaving an I did it message too if that was the case. Maybe there is a bonfire down here. Maybe. Oh. So there is a bonfire. They weren't talking claptrap. Maybe this is the back entrance into Darker Garden then. So before we go anywhere, let's take a quick look at the Black Knight Halberd. Great Axe, that's cool too. Black Knight Halberd. 245. Physical damage. Wait, so hang on. We're... Nope. Rot. Relax. There we go. Oh, I get it. Yeah, because the Drake's sword is 200. Whereas... Black Knight Halberd is 245. And durability's up 14. Oh yeah, that would definitely put us in danger of fat rolling. Let me think. Let's just humor me for 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and arm. Okay, with present stats, then never mind. Okay, so let's go put the battle axe back up then. We might want to change our shield around too. We're gonna just take a look at that too really quickly. Okay, so that's a 62. Okay, so that drops the reduction. So I think we might want to stick with the spider shield. Weight's okay, that drops fire and lightning. I think we'll be okay with that. Magic is good. We might want to see about upping this for the Hydra. Yeah, let's... Actually, no, because that's a water damage, so... You know what, let's go ahead and arm this... That's our secondary shield. There we go. Crest shield is the secondary. Oh wait, and then the other Titanite chunks. Let's look at that really quickly. Where you be at? I don't think... Okay. Here we go. Blue Titanite chunk. +9 reinforces enchanted weapons up to 4. Okay, so it's nothing new that we've already done. And search for the usual slabs. That's cool. Well, this will make things a little bit easier than having to go fight our way back around things. But let's just take a quick look and see where this goes. This might deposit us in... Oh, ho, ho, ho! This is the elevator to the Valley of the Drakes. At least I believe so. Let's take a quick side trip for a moment here, y'all. I don't know if we'll be able to beat the Hydra tonight, but at least we've unlocked a shortcut. Yeah, this is going to put us into the Valley of Drakes, I believe. The elevator looks similar. Yep, Valley of the Drakes, and we're not going to do anything down here because, well, what else? What's the last part of the phrase Valley of the Drakes? Drakes. And I'm not talking about the singer. So there's one connector. And I know there's a bonfire in Darkroot Garden. So that's good news for us. And I really, really hope the Black Knight is non-respawning. I doubt it. But you never know. Anyway, so yeah, so I mean, I know I've talked about this, but there are things I will be doing off camera. What is this? A grass crest shield. Grass crest shield. Old medium metal shield of unknown origin. The grass crest is lightly imbued with magic, which slightly speeds stamina recovery. Interesting. So the two big things when we actually come to a decent halting area, I'll probably do a couple things. One, I will farm some humanity back in the depths from the giant rats. And secondly, I will use my white soapstone so I can be summoned to fight, say, the gargoyles, so I can work on my faith requirements so I can get the Praise the Sun gesture. Because I have talked to you guys already about the Praise the Sun gesture and how I really want to have it, because it kind of ties into Solaire's storyline a little bit. Plus, it just looks cool. I mean, come on. It's the Sun Bros. What more could you ask for? Oh, no! Come on. Lock on. Now, here's a theory I'm curious about. Since these creatures are part of Seath's collection, the crystal golems, are they susceptible to lightning damage, much like Seath is? There we go. I mean, I don't have any gold pine resin on me, so I can't say one way or the other, but I don't know. Come on. There you go. Ooh, something got left behind. Is that... probably Titanite. Blue Titanite chunk, there we go. That'll be good for magic reinforcements. Now, I've also heard some fan theories regarding the golems, or whatever you want to call them. Almost a little bit reminds me of Aldea from Dark Souls 2. Now, obviously I hadn't looked at design works at all before doing this because I didn't know which way I was going until Harkov gave me some decent advice about what to expect with Sen's Fortress, also known as the Spank Tank. Don't hit me, hit the golem. Oh, don't, oh, come on, don't do me dirty like this. Whoop! Thank you, Hydra. Hail Hydra. Sorry. Okay, we should be safe here. I'll have a sip of my water. We're not safe here. Good God Almighty. Okay, speaking of water, watch out for the water blasts. Okay, we're off there now. The tactic is to get the heads to lunge at you. You get the heads to lunge at you. You have a modicum of time on the shore. The problem is, you know, with between the golems and everything else, it makes things very difficult. Luckily, we know our way around the wing. What's the... How do we get to Darkroot from here, then? Unless the Valley of the Drakes is the way to Darkroot Garden proper. Which makes me wonder if Valley of the Drakes were part of Ullasil as well, since the Darkroots are connected. Or maybe I just haven't explored enough, which is probably the case. See, once I can get to the water, unless there's something over here. And there is. Leather armor. Ooh. Let's just take a quick look at this feather bow really quickly. Feather arrow, here we go. Red feather arrow of the Lord's hunters. Their long range makes them effective for sniping. Interesting. Is there any way down without falling to our death? Or losing a lot of damage? There we go. Answer received. Praise the sun. Obviously, I'm terrible at sniping, so I don't think I'm going to be able to use that on the Hydra. Because once you get in there killing... Ooh. Oh, come here. Get wrecked. Ah, Twinkling Titanite. Where'd you come from, boy? Think I'm going the right way? Something tells me I zigged when I should have zagged, and we are popping... This might be the path to Darkwood Garden. And now, the other thing, too, about Darkwood Garden is, remember when we spent 20,000 souls on the crest of Artorias? Well, that's what we're looking for. And there's Darkwood Garden. Wow. 3 shots you out. Purple moss clumps, that's good for for poison, as we know. Yeah, it's just a flower. And I know there's a bonfire around here too. I think. Could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. What is this? Oh, that's the entrance to Andre. That's the Titanite demon. We've come full circle, y'all. And where else do we go? So that's to the basin. What's this? Ugh, that breathing sound is kind of grotesque. Let's just go around the circumference really quickly. I don't think I can defeat that thing in order to... Nope. So let's go down this hallway. Let's see where we need to go. Yeah, I think I ran away from those tree creatures at first. Okay, so that takes us back to the basin. Here we go. Blood red moss clump. What does that do? Hang on. Produces bleeding buildup. That's good news. You know, what we might try and see about doing is getting to the bonfire here and maybe talking to a new NPC. We want to get to there. That's a ring that we really need. Oh yes, I've heard about this ambush with plant dudes. Come here. Luckily, they are easy to destroy. Blooming purple moss clumps, that's good news. I think this area is pretty easy to farm for moss clumps. I don't know exactly how to get the ring. Our Silver Nameless Soldier. I think it's somewhere around the Crest of Artorias door. Not to be confused with the Covenant of Artorias. Here we go. Here's the Crest of Artorias door that we have used. But first, let me show you a little something. So, if we position ourselves right around by here, there should be another bonfire. Okay, so let's... I'm not gonna... So now this is the door that we use the Crest of Artorias to enter. But we're not gonna go in this next area yet. We're not gonna go talk to the NPC, because that goes a lot further into the lore, and I'm not quite ready to tap into that yet. This episode is mainly going to be, this is an ambush in here. I'm not going to go there, so we're just going to go ahead and traverse this fog wall. It's not a boss fight. But a couple of things I do want to explore here. Let's be a little bit careful. Look at, see this thing move? This tree? You can see them in different areas, but look closely at the ground. It doesn't do much, but after a few hits, it dies. And I think this is a way to get closer to the ring we're looking for. That ain't good. Oh! How you doing, tall, dark, and ugly? Come here. Okay, so 2 hits ain't bad. Green blossoms. Let's see what these green blossoms do really quickly. Temporary boost to stamina. Green weed shaped like a flower, temporary boost to stamina. This uniquely bitter biting herb is sometimes harvested in large quantities, but normally is an annual plant found near water. Well, that makes sense. We're in Darkroot. Yeah, down here. That's another cool thing I really like about this game is the subtleties that FromSoft puts into everything they do. I mean, once again, this ties back into their enjoyment of Shadow of the Colossus, the ambiguity that it's all based upon exploration and finding your own way around things. I think that's the way I came out, wasn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Now, somewhere around here, this might be it, is a ledge that will take you to that ring. So I think what we're going to do before we call it a session is get to the ring, and then Homeward Bone, or we Holy crap. Okay. But, the wolf ring. Here we go. So, welcome back to Dark Souls. Let's go ahead and look at this really quickly. This boosts Poise, one of the 4 special rings granted the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Wolf Ring belongs to Artorius the Abyss Walker. Hang on. Where's the Wolf Ring? Artorius had an unbendable will of steel and was unmatched with the Great Sword. So this will increase our Poise. Now, we need to keep this for going through water. Actually, this is for swamps. Okay, so we're going to keep that on for now. But we'll use the Wolf Ring for Sense Fortress. So I think the last thing we're going to do is go back to the bonfire at Darkroot Basin. And then I'll probably do a little bit of some farming off camera. To... Hang on 1 second. Let me just find my way again. There we go. This is the way back. After I drop one last tree, dude. There we go. Do some farming of more humanity off camera, because like I said, what I really want to do is get up to 10 humanity so I can start offering them to the Fair Lady. That'll increase my status with it. Because, once again, to alter the storyline for Artorius, I need to be able to do that. Now, let me see where... Let's re-get our bearings really quickly, and I think I'll just go back to the bonfire and call it a session. Because clearly, I zigged when I should have zagged, like I said. But once again, I hope y'all really are enjoying this, and if you guys come up with any lore about stuff, please let me know. I'd love to kind of get your feedback on things. I mean, that's how the lore in Dark Souls is fleshed out, is through other players and people coming up with their own hypotheses. So, but once again, the last thing I do want to spread awareness to... Okay, so that's where we need to go. Yeah, no, we need to go to the bonfire, otherwise it's going to warp us back, so never mind. It's like, maybe I can just fight the Hydra one more time. Nope, stupid move. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, let me know what you guys have any theories about Ulasil in particular, without giving away too much. If you have theories about anything leading prior to this, namely... the Berg, the Depths, Blighttown, the Gaping Dragon, anything like that. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. And once again, if you have any other critiques or ideas or maybe tactics, please let me know. I do read every comment, and I try to reply to every comment as well. So once again, thank you all so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. A big thank you, as always, to Christoph Ray for sponsoring the Boogie Night project. If y'all, once again, like horror games that are low poly but an excellent focus on ambiance and story, I'll put a link in the description below to his page. Y'all definitely ought to check him out. Thank you so much, Christoph. So, of course, with that being said, before I call it a session, if you like the Boogie Night project and you want to find out more, I do have a Twitter page as well as a public Discord channel, and links to both of those are in the description below, as well as a link to my temporarily down Twitch page, and if you're so morbidly curious, my Patreon. So otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic evening, and I'll catch you on the flip side, alright? Peace.